everybody, welcome back. I'm William.
I'm Kina.
And we are the Nerdy Weds.
And today we are finally doing our January wrap-up where we talk about all the games we played in January. We're going to get caught up. That's another great reason that we're doing VEDA, video every day in April, because we can get caught up by the end of this month and be on track to do our April wrap-up. Let us know in the comments if you guys think we can get caught up or we will get caught up. I feel that we will. My vote is on yes. His is obviously not. Doubtful. So I am ready to just jump right into it.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with actually we did a game day or game night.
Yep.
And we had the
Our
goal.
first and only monthly game night.
Shame. That was the goal. and yeah. So the first game that we did was Crokinole. And Crokinole is a really quick game, so it's good for an icebreaker, but it's only 2 or 4 player. And you have this big circular board where each of the players have their own set of pucks, and you are flicking them into a play area. And the goal is just to get them as close to the center as possible and trying to get it in that little bull's eye. The closer you do that, the more points that you get. The person at the end with the most points wins. Very quick and easy and really fun.
Addictive.
Addictive.
A lot of fun. It's a great game for pretty much all ages. The smaller kids have trouble hitting the pucks properly, but give them a little leeway.
Or people like me who are not very coordinated. It is a dexterity game, and I suck at that. But I suck at most games, but I have fun. So who cares?
All right.
What game are you talking about?
Next I'm going to talk about is All of Us. All of Us is a party game for as many players you really want to have on a team. Each team is selecting from different decks of cards based on what generation they want to try to answer questions from. And each of those cards is going to have some sort of pop culture, music trivia, historical trivia, something like that from that generation's era. And it's a really cool game, especially if you got a large family group or a diverse friend group of multiple ages or interests.
And also a really good team building game. So if you work in a setting where this can apply and you're trying to come up with some games to use as a team building exercise, this is really a good one for that.
Yeah.
So the next one I want to talk about is Zombie Dice. We have actually talked about this one a lot on the channel. So
Ad nauseum.
Exactly. We like it. We play it a lot. It's awesome for parties. It's awesome as an icebreaker. There is no learning curve. It's just easy to jump in and play it. And it is a risk your luck game. You can have as many players as you want. And the objective is simple. Just get as many brains as possible without getting shotgun blasts for each round that you're going. If you get 3, then you're out, and it's the next player's turn, and any brains that you accumulated on that round are gone. You lose them. You lose your brains. So Zombie Dice, awesome party game.
All right. Next one I want to talk about is Onitama. Onitama, I did a short on Onitama. So watch
Really
our board shorts for a brief overview on how to play the game. But it is a 2-player game. It plays similar to chess, but the moves are based on the cards in play. And there are 5 cards in play per game. And there's a whole stack of cards that can kind of be randomized to change the way each game is going to play of Onitama. And you're using a card. You play a card, you make a move according to what's on the card. And the objective is to either simply eliminate your opponent's master from the board or get your master to the entrance to their dojo. And it's a lot of fun. It's super easy to teach, and I haven't met anybody who really doesn't like it other than her.
You just called me out. Had to call me out. I really don't like it. It is a good game. It's just one that I don't have fun playing because I don't mind having to think a couple of moves ahead, but you have to be fast with this game. And you know I have analysis paralysis. I want to just sit there and think about all the different ways, and you just can't do that in this game. So
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why I don't like it, but it really is a good game. The next one doesn't have that problem. It's a matching game, is a tile placement game, and it works similar to Scrabble. So you're building onto what's already on the board, what people before you have placed, and it has different colors of shapes. And you have to either match a shape or match the color. Very simple. It's something that as kids we're used to playing games like that. So the games that we have talked about so far are all games that we played during our January monthly game night. And we thought they were good for people of any age, and then also good for people who are new to gaming or have been gaming for a while. So we wanted to have a good mix of different types of games so that anyone can come to game night and anyone can jump in on a game.
And that game was named Quirkle, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I not say it?
You did not. The entire time you started out talking about this is a game of blah, 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 blah. And
Wow.
yeah,
I didn't
it was
even
great.
mention
Your
it.
description was great. It just, you didn't mention the name of the game.
Oops. Did I say that it was 2 to 4 player?
Yes, you did,
Oh,
actually.
okay. All right. Well, that was the game.
My next one is Black Hole Rainbow. And that's another one we've done a video on in the past. Check it out. It is it's a really interesting game of set collection where you're trying to get different colored crystals to match up in your black hole that you've got in front of you. And you need 7 crystals of different colors, except for the white ones are wild to act as any color, and you can put as many of them as you want, the clear ones.
Okay.
And you dump those in the middle and you score a point. There are also cards you can play very maliciously towards other players. There's a lot of cutthroat elements to the game, but it's not one that feels like, even when somebody does something to you, it's not like you've built up this huge strategy to win this game.
Okay.
So when the cutthroat happens to you, it doesn't cut as deep as some of the other games that have these elements where, you know, a betrayer comes in toward the end of the game and just screws everything up. But it is a great game. Black Hole Rainbow, it is a lot of fun. And check out our video on that one.
Yeah, I love that game. The next game is one that's called Dance Off. And it is a party game. It is one that we do not own, but one of the persons that came to the game night, they brought it and wanted to play it. So I played it with her. And she was actually the daughter of friends of ours. And how the game works is that you have some cards and they show a move on the card, and you do your best to try to replicate that move. And it was one that I had never heard of before, and it was a cute and fun game. Because we don't own it, I'm not sure how many players it will accommodate, but I'm thinking a lot because it seemed like, it felt like a party game. So that's called Dance Off.
You got that one in there twice.
Have to make up for last time.
Another game I want to talk about is not one we played at our game night. Okay. And it's not one we actually played. I'm talking about a game called Costa Rica. What we did was she came up with this idea, and it was a lot of fun. And you're going to see it in a future video called Just Go With It, where we open up a game, having never seen the game before or its components, open it up, take everything out, and create what we think at the spur of the moment how the game might play just based on its components without looking at the directions. And I think we came up with an interesting game.
That's an interesting way to put it.
But it is a tile placing game where you're exploring the jungles of Costa Rica, and you get different benefits for certain tiles, and there are certain dangers in others. So it's fun. I can't wait to actually play the game.
The way that's supposed to be played. Because we did play it. We just didn't play it by the actual rules. Yeah. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is basically an honorable mention, because the person that I was just talking about earlier that I played Dance Off with came up with a bunch of games of her own, and me and her mom sat there and played them with her. So this is my honorable mention of games, courtesy of Tiny Giant Productions, because this kid better be either a writer or a game developer or something in the future, because I have to say the games were pretty fun. And she just sat down, she saw some dice, she saw some cards, and she came up with different games with those elements, and they were pretty fun. So I'm going to put them on here as honorable mentions because, hey, we played it. We played it. Games. So
whatever it was played.
It was played.
Now, there was one other game you guys played.
I forgot. Yes, Something Wild.
While Dreadpool and us were in the other room, my brother and Dreadpool and I were all in the living room going through Scythe. I was showing them Scythe because that's something we're going to play at a future game night, probably the next one. And they were playing the honorable mentions and another game,
Something Wild. And Something Wild is a card set collection game. This threw some words together. Hopefully it made sense. But yeah, it's a set collection game. You either will have cards that have the same numbers or cards that have the same colors, or they have some particular pattern that the game tells you to shoot for. And the first player that has 3 sets basically wins the game. There's some other elements thrown into it where you have a figurine that you have to be in charge of that figurine. You have to have it to be able to go for a particular set. Things like that. But the gist of it is set collection and getting 3 of them before before the other players. And it's 2 to 4 player. Another game that's really quick and good as an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great icebreaker game. The figurines are stinking adorable.
Stinking adorable?
Stinking adorable.
They are.
They're trying to keep it family friendly.
They are. They really are.
So I think that covers all the games we played in January, unfortunately.
Why unfortunately?
Because I want to play more games.
Well, we made up for it in February. We have a lot of games. Yeah. When we're sitting down and doing our February wrap up, you're gonna be wishing it was like January. So that is going to come soon because we have to get it done before the end of April. So look out for our February wrap up so you can see more games and maybe hear about one that you haven't played before.
Yeah. Yeah, we played a lot of great games in February.
A lot. So. Very excited for that one. So, because I was able to play some games I have been wanting to play for years. So looking forward to talking about those. So that's all I've got. That's all we've got anyway. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd definitely love to hear about the games you played in January. And until next time. Stay nerdy.